Everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today I'm going to go over how I like to run my plate carriers at the moment. Obviously these things change over time, but this is how I currently have them set up. So yeah, we'll go over the plate carrier, what plates I like to carry, and some of the pros and cons of the different plate types. So let's get started. Alright, so let's go over the plate carrier. This is the Banshee plate carrier. I've owned this for a couple of years. I can't remember how much I paid for it now, probably a couple $100 I think, something like that. It's held up really well, it's been really durable, no problems whatsoever. It's a nice carrier. I do like that. On my other, I do have two sets of armor, and this one is a Condor plate carrier. I'll go over that one in just a second and how I'm running that one. Pretty much the identical. There is some differences how I'm running them though. On the front here, these pouches are by High Speed Gear, and these are the tacos. So obviously I have I have the 30 round mags from my AR-15s, and there and in the front, these are my Glock mags. When you get your gear, make sure you do train with it and you understand, like, it's just simple things like which way should your mags be facing. So for me, right-handed shooter, when I pull a mag out, having them facing away, enables me to, easier for me to insert my mags instead of having them the other way. If I have them the other way, like so, and I pull this out, I've got to readjust it to insert it. So make sure you just obviously figure out what works best for you. But these are the High Speed Gear tackle mags. I do like these. Again, I've been running for a little while. I've had no problems. So far, I've been happy with them. They do have MOLLE attachments. There's MOLLE attachments all over the plate carrier, and so they're attached by the MOLLE attachments. So they're nice and screwed. They seem like they have a little bit of wiggle. That's just kind of how it is, but they are definitely not coming off. On the left side here, I have a knife on my non-dominant hand. This is just a Gerber Strongman knife. I own several of these. The last couple of years have been really good. Again, I have no complaints with them. And then I have a hydration backpack on the back here, and it was the hydration bladder is from Condor, if I remember correctly. Again, it's attached with a MOLLE system on the back. With this gear, it does weigh a lot. When you've got everything going, you're going to expend a lot of energy. You're going to need to hydrate. So we have a 3-liter bladder on the back there with the mouthpiece right here so I can drink. And the reason this gear is on my non-dominant hand should make sense is because when I'm shouldering a rifle, I don't want it getting in the way. If this was on the other side, it would definitely hinder me from shouldering my rifle, so I put it on obviously the non-dominant side. So this is kind of the general setup how I have on both. So the plates that I'm running on, this is my go-to plate carrier. I'm currently running some Spartan Armor Ares plates. These are ceramic level 4 plates. I'm not going to go into ballistics and what they can handle and things like that. It's just, that would be another separate video. But I do really like these plates. I got them earlier this year to try them out, and this should handle pretty much everything I could possibly need it to handle. Now, there's differences between steel and ceramic plates. We'll go over those really briefly here. So with ceramic plates, one of the big pros is they are a lot lighter than steel, and I mean a lot lighter. So huge benefit to ceramic plates is they are light. Depending on the level threat you get, they can handle very high caliber rounds. And you're not going to worry so much about fragmentation with steel plates, because ceramic will go in, it'll crack, but you shouldn't. With a steel plate, when it hits, little metal fragments can come up and hit you, and you can die from those fragments. And so we'll go over the steel plates in just a second, and some ways of trying to mitigate some of those issues. But these are ceramic plates by Spartan Armor. All the links are in the description. I'll put it all down there so you guys can see it. Shelf life, they say these have ceramic plates approximately have a 5-year shelf life. I'm not sure how they measure that, but that's what they say. Behind my plate carriers, I actually use these trauma pads by Spartan Armor, and these are trying to help spread some of that energy out if you do get hit by a round on your plates. So obviously, do they work? I don't know. I haven't taken a round before, but that's what they are designed for. And so I do run them behind my ceramic plate carrier. Another thing with your ceramic plate carrier is they tend to be a little thicker than steel plates. So they're a little more bulky, but again, the weight savings is what makes these a big deal. So between like the steel and ceramic on a full set, The ceramic's going to save you about 8 pounds in weight. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, when you start messing with this gear, if you can save 8 pounds, you're going to really want to save the 8 pounds, because when you've got all your gear on, it's really heavy. And as I say, saving 8 pounds is a big deal. So that's another big pro of the ceramic plates. Okay, so let me pull up my other set here. Just briefly. So this again is the Condor kit, Condor plate carrier. Everything's set up the same way as I mentioned before. I've got the high-speed gear tackle pouches. I've got the same knife on this side and the same bladder system. Again, for me, it's muscle memory, keeping all the everything on my setups the same. So if I have to switch gear for any reason, it's not going to throw me off too much. So yeah, the difference between these two kits is obviously the plate carrier this is a Condor. The Condor plate carrier is like 60-70 bucks, so it's a big savings. I don't wear my Condor as much as my Banshee, but the Condor is held up great. I think for the price, it seems like a really good price. Okay, so the other thing that's different is I run steel plates in this one. I like to have both, just kind of a, I don't know. I just like to have both. Ceramic. One of the downfalls of ceramic is that I forgot to mention is if you take a hard enough impact, if you fall and take a hard enough impact, you can crack your ceramic plates, and there's no way to know unless you get it X-rayed, which is crazy, right? Who's going to go and pay to have their plates X-rayed? I don't even know how much that would cost. You probably don't have to just buy new plates. So with your steel, obviously these are hard. They're not gonna break if you fall or anything like that. Downsides, as I said, they are heavier. And one of the things you got to watch out with steel plates is if you take a round, you've got to watch out for that fragmentation. So essentially, this has a multi-coat buildup to try and prevent that. So if you're going to buy steel plates, I highly recommend having a company that does the extra buildup, they call it, to help mitigate that fragmentation. So when it goes through, there's a coating on here, like a thicker coating. So when it hits the steel, it's going to try and capture some of those fragments, so it doesn't come up and hit you in the face and things like that. Some people will not run steel. They believe that steel is not the way to go, obviously for those reasons. But again, each to their own. These are shelf life in these are 20 to 25 years. You don't have to worry about these expiring anytime soon. And this is the shooter's cut with multi-curve. And just like my ceramic plates, I do run these trauma pads behind them to kind of hopefully ease some of that impact if I take a round, so it doesn't hurt as bad. So you can buy, so here's, now, these plates are AR 550, so they're essentially AR Armor 5, what do they call it, like level 3 plus. So AR 550, level 3 plus. I personally wouldn't get AR 500, that level. I would go for like level 3. I would always go for something higher. Again, that's going to be a different video, but just for me, I would never go with 500. I'd want something with a higher threat level than that. So here's some AR 500 that I've actually was shooting in the past. They're not Spartans. These are really cheap. And you can see here, so I actually punctured through these with just straight 55 grain wolf gold ammo, because velocity is not your friend when it comes to body armor. You can see, it's funny because this stopped green tip, but it didn't stop the ball, 55 grain from wolf. But anyway, so this is kind of your steel plate, how it looks. But I wanted to see if you can maybe see some of this. You can see the impacts, but I don't know if you can see how this goes up like this, and that's the fragmentation that comes out. Now this coating did not stay on very well. After a couple of shots, this came off. But I just want to give you an idea of what I was talking about with that fragmentation. So you can see the impact. So this would obviously is the front, and this obviously goes against the steel. But you can see where the hits are, and as I say, and kind of how the explosion happened. And you can see as it goes up the way when I was talking about with that fragmentation, which makes it very dangerous. With steel plates, you've got to be really careful. Okay, so final thoughts. Do I prefer steel? Do I prefer ceramic? I don't have a set answer on that. I think that, the steel's cheaper, ceramic's more expensive. I would prefer having steel body armor than no body armor. But if I had to choose one, I think I would probably go with the ceramic. I think it's definitely more expensive, but the pros outweigh the cons. It's a lot lighter. You don't have to worry about that fragmentation so much. Again, it depends, and you've got to be careful with your threat level. Make sure you get the right threat level for whatever round you're trying to stop. The only thing I really worry about with ceramics is taking that, if I took a tumble and I hit hard enough and I crack my plates, that's about the only thing that worries me sort of with ceramic plates. But there you go. I just want to make a quick video of my setup for you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask me below. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can. Links for all this gear is in the products also. Look, they are affiliate links. It doesn't cost you guys a dime to use my links, but it helps support my the channel, and it helps me keep bringing content to you guys. So please use those links. I really do appreciate it, and it does help out a lot. But that's it. All right, folks. Until next time, I'll catch you later.